audience. Y'all did that, okay? So, like I said before, I am Georgia Doll here in the flesh, and we got who else?
Who is Twan? Who is Twan?
Okay, and then we have none other than Mr. Thanksgiving DJ Drama in the building. We're very appreciative of you coming and showing love, and you know, all of us have something in common. We're either students of Clark Atlanta or somewhere in the AUC, so we definitely want to say thank you for coming out. So my first quick question about just CAU. What was it like? Because every year everybody's like, well, back in my day or back in my year, how was CAU? What was the culture like? What was everyday like here at CAU when you were here?
What's up, everybody? How y'all feeling? Hey! Shout out man back there with the Phillies jersey on. I see you back there. What's up? Where's everybody from? First and foremost. Texas. What's that? Memphis? Haiti. Okay, I just want to see where everybody was from. All right, cool. Freshmen, sophomores, juniors, okay. Mass comm majors? Business majors? CAU students? Cool. So, you know, for those who didn't know, I'm an alumni. I graduated from CAU. I definitely did my time here, and you know, when I think about it, I thank you. Like the culture of what it was like is, you know, probably somewhat similar to, you know, some of your experiences. You know, I grew up. I was born and raised in Philly. I came down here for school, and you know, I remember just as a DJ, like it was a great experience for me because being in this area with, you know, so many people of color from so many different places, it kind of like really taught me, you know, musically just how to incorporate and how to, you know, almost please everybody at a party per se, you know, because people from California wanted to hear what they wanted to hear, you know, people from Baltimore wanted to hear what they wanted to hear, Louisiana wanted to hear what they wanted to hear, Texas wanted to hear what they wanted to hear, the islands wanted to hear what they wanted to hear, and you know, and so forth. So, you know, it gave me, it was like almost going through training for that. And, you know, around that time when we was in school, like the strip was a little more open and what have you. And, you know, I remember just, you know, I remember feeling how much, you know, it almost felt like for music or, you know, entertainment, people always had to make somewhat of a stop and come to the AUC. You know, it was just like, if you came to Atlanta, you had to come to the AUC. You know, you had to, you know, we used to have this music store across the street. It was called Audrey's, actually. It was right across the street from the library. And they used to, when albums used to come out on Tuesdays, and people used to always come do signings. So, you know, you would catch Jay-Z over there, you would catch 50 Cent over there, you know, you would catch, you know, who knows. But the most important thing that I wanted to tell y'all or say about, you know, not to get into a back in the day conversation is like, one of the things that I remember about school more than anything is me and my friends used to feel like, you know, there were kids, there were people that were a little older than us that had just graduated, or maybe were just kind of still in school but doing their thing within the music industry or entertainment or whatever field it was. And you know, we used to feel like when is it going to be our turn? Like when is it going to be our shot? Like I'm working hard, you know, I'm doing all these parties on campus and, you know, Market Friday and on Thursdays, and you know, just we was doing so much, and it felt like, you know, our turn, like we wasn't getting our turn. We was watching all these people that kind of came from the same place we came from, you know, getting to it. And years later, you know, I remember looking back on it like, wow, we didn't even realize that we were laying that groundwork to be in that position. You know what I'm saying? And when you're doing it and you're meeting the people you're meeting and you're working with your friends, or you're hustling and just doing however, you know, you're studying and doing everything you need to do for yourself and your time, you don't even realize, you know, because you're looking at those who might be a little more ahead that were here before you and seeing the success they're having and getting frustrated at the success you might not be having yet, but I guarantee you it's gonna come. You know, and for me, like, me being in the AUC, like that's my man Lake right there. You know, he actually went to Morehouse. We met probably, you know, originally probably the first week I got to school here. You know, it was one of the first people I met. You know, my other two partners, my best friends, Ken and Sensei. We met at school, we met at campus, and you know, I've been in business with these people for 20 years, you know what I'm saying? And we went from you know, making splitting $150 to DJ a party to, you know, being able to make, you know, big deals with various companies, you know, in different fractions of corporations, you know. So, you know, that's one thing to, you know, definitely enjoy these times, and, you know, look at the people next to you and to the people to the right and to the left of you. I mean, I think about so many people that, you know, I know within so many walks of life that came from the AUC that I remember walking on the strip with, or remember being at parties with, or going, you know, to the Club Woodies and, you know, studying and doing whatever with. Like, so, you know, salute to all y'all.
Okay, thank you for that. So my next question, you kind of hit on it already. Thank you. So my next question was more so, you were talking about how you were in school, you were like, dang, when is it going to be my turn? And you, of course, you've gotten somewhere. Of course, you have, you know, Generation Now, you got Main Street Studio, you got so much going on for yourself, A&R, everything. So at what point were you like, wow, like how you said, it was the groundwork, and like, how did that feeling, like, I know it was a multiple things that was happening where you were like, okay, I kind of made it. So what portion of your life would you say that you really were able to start making money, start doing things, and having your foot in the door of some real serious places?
The way my story goes is like just a brief kind of run through. Like when I first came to school here, you know, I always kind of had I never thought that I would be good working for somebody, you know. So like when I first came here, there was an event going on called Freaknik, and everybody was kind of like real freaknicked out. And I went, and this dude was selling t-shirts, and I went and bought a bulk of t-shirts. And while everybody was freaknicking, I was hustling t-shirts. I was hustling Freaknik t-shirts. So I got this like nickname on campus early called like Hustle Man. And I used to have this little yellow radio, and I would set up, I don't even know if the trash cans are there anymore, these green trash cans that they had on the strip. So I would set up on the trash cans, and I would sell my mixtapes, like in between classes and things like that. And the last job I had when I graduated was over at Turner. I was working at Turner, and I got laid off right around the time I graduated. And when I got out of school, you know, I just kind of kept on my grind. Like I would come back to CAU, I would go to Spelman, I would go to Georgia State, and I would kind of just like, in the time when mixtapes were still like hand to hand, I would set up, and people would be like, you know, I used to have like a hip hop CD, a South CD, a neo soul tape, a reggae tape, and people were like, who's DJ Drama? And I'd be like, I don't know. He just told me to set up here, I'll just work for him, you know, and I'd sell his tapes. I've never even met the guy, you know, because, you know, people would be like, I'm not gonna buy it if it's yours. So I would make it seem bigger than it was. And like, I remember, I was a mass comm major too, but for me, like, my business classes used to always be very important to me, because I was able to take what I was learning, you know, in my marketing class and apply it to, you know, everything that I was doing within the music business and what have you. So when I first got out of school, one of the first people I met was T.I., his manager. His manager actually called me, and he was like, you know, I got this new artist, I want to bring him through your house, maybe get on a tape with you. And I was like, okay. So, you know, this like 19-year-old kid comes to my house with bifocals on, and, you know, I had this little crib over off Boulevard, and he came in the room, and when it was the first time I ever heard him rap, and he was like, I'm the king of the South. And I told my man Sensei, like, yo, this guy's crazy. And you know, we established a relationship then, and, you know, for me it was just about, like, I used to always think about it for myself, like, even if I have to go work for somebody else and, you know, have to work a job, I just wanted to always make sure I gave myself enough time of the day to put into what I wanted to be doing, you know what I'm saying, with my career and what I was passionate about. And not just, you know, sometimes when we have jobs and we have obligations, we put so much into that, and then we don't get the time to put into ourselves what we want to. So I used to always make sure to give myself enough time during the day that I would do that. So when I got out of school, you know, I just kind of, instead of really going to get a job, I just was kind of hustling myself to an extent. I don't want to keep using the word hustle, but just working for myself, and you know, to make ends meet.